Welcome back to Whiskey Wonder Woman. In today's video, we are doing Evan Williams Single Barrel. This bottle you can only get at Evan Williams Distillery, which I guess I didn't know because if you think about it, I've never seen it at the Virginia store. I've never seen it at a drop. I've literally never seen it at any liquor shop anywhere that I've been to in any other state. But someone fact checked me. I'm pretty sure it's only at Evan Williams. This bottle is from 2015. It's a little booklet. There's bourbon, single barrel bourbon, and Evan Williams single barrel vintage bourbon. Typically, bourbon is a blend of many barrels. Bourbon bottles from a single barrel is categorized as single barrel bourbon. Evan Williams single barrel vintage bourbon, however, is much more. It is the only single barrel bourbon bottled with a vintage date to provide proof of age and subtle year-to-year distinctions found in fine wines. What a difference a date makes. Huh. I never knew that. I never knew that most single barrels, or all single barrels, never put the date it was barreled in, only when it was bottled. Interesting. So this has proof that it was barreled on December 10th, 2015. So I don't know if you can see that right there. There's the proof. This is what the bottle looks like. Get a good look. I have no idea how much I paid for it. I really cannot remember. It's 86.6 proof. And it's a beautiful bottle. Barrel number is 108 and it was bottled on April 28, 2023. So let's open this baby. Why was I gonna do that? What? Honestly, it has a light color compared to other bourbons I've seen, and also liquid in this bourbon seems pretty light and not thick, if that makes sense. So it's 86.6 proof, which is probably one of the lowest single barrel bourbons I've ever tried before. So this is definitely going to be an interesting experience. Because it's 86.6 proof, doesn't burn at all. There's like really nothing to vaporize. I get a sweet caramel, and then I get citrus. Like an orange vanilla or like caramelized fruit. It's both light, refreshing, and also sugary and sweet. It does have a nice fragrance, almost like perfume. I wonder if there's like orange blossoms in here. It's just giving very floral notes, maybe lemon. Oh, I think I got a wood note. Little bit oak. Swirl that around. I think the oak is opening up now. It's kind of going well with the vanilla. It's fragrant on the floral notes. It does have sweetness, but the aroma is not strong. I think because the proof is, I guess, a little low. So with that, let's go in for the taste. Cheers. I know I was looking for woody notes in the aroma, but it definitely showed up in the palate. It was super oaky, like oak forward, very, I would say roasted, maybe not charred. And the finish, because I think the proof was low, it was kind of short. However, I do think there is like maybe like a roasted nuttiness just lingering. But that was really quick. I have to redo it again. I think I take it back about the char. The second go around, maybe my tongue got acclimated, because now I definitely feel that I'm getting a char note. So much that there's a tint of bitterness. And like my mouth is literally watering from the bitterness. But it's not unpleasant. I think it's just a reaction. And then the finish, I think it's just it's short. You know what? Maybe I take that back. I don't think it's short. I think it's like, you know what it reminds me of? Roasted peanuts, like after you eat it and it has like a bitter, oily-ish taste in your mouth. I feel like that's what I'm getting. I think this specific single barrel was not meant to be super sweet. I think it was supposed to be more earthy and toned. I also feel like the finish has a little bit of like cigarish notes towards the end. I will say, I feel like the finish is a little bit both. It's weird. I think the taste is thin, but I think the finish is thick. The taste is like, has a lot of char and wood, and it's oaky, and then the finish is kind of long and lingering, and there's a lot of bitterness happening. There is nuttiness, and it's just a little bit oily. I don't know if I ever said that before, but this is quite different for me. As I keep sipping, I'm actually enjoying it more and more. I'm able to enjoy the single barrel because the proof is actually lower than when I'm used to. And because it's so oaky and this char is a little high, I'm able to, I guess, ease into it and process it better than other bottles that are at such a higher proof, like way over 100. So this is like kind of gently easing me into really char and cigarish type notes. So I kind of enjoy it. I cannot get over this like weird finish that I have in my mouth. It almost feels like I swished around like some type of oil in my mouth. And it's not like a bad thing. It's just like a different experience. And I don't know if I've ever really experienced that before. This bottle was very surprising. One, the aroma was fruity, sweet. The palate was very toasty, woody, kind of bitter. And then the finish, very surprising that there was like nuttiness, and because it's like I thought it looked kind of like light and watery, the finish was more on the heavier side and kind of oily, surprising for 86 proof, which is like what I love about whiskey. Like you just never know what you're gonna get inside of a bottle, and I'm always like questioning myself, am I right or am I wrong? But it really depends on everyone's experience, and everyone has different taste buds, and everyone has a different taste when they try whiskey. So for me, the finish, it's kind of ironic that at 86 proof, I'm saying that it has such a heavy oily finish. I just wasn't expecting it on this Evan Williams bottle. I'm gonna read the back before I end this. This bourbon was personally selected by our master distiller only after meeting his exacting standards for this vintage. Taken from a single barrel, it is the art of bourbon making it at its finest. Bottled, unblended with other barrels to preserve its individuality. Hand numbered as a sign of its limited availability. Wow, I never realized that. I really thought it was printed, but wow. Someone actually wrote on that. That's pretty cool. I love the journey of whiskey. This is so much fun. I love finding bottles. I got this on the Bourbon Trail. Can't find it anywhere else. So if you're in Louisville, definitely stop by the Evan Williams Experience and get yourself a bottle, because I think that's the only place you can get it. It's worth getting. Everyone likes a chase bottle. This is one to grab. So with that, I will see you in the next video. Cheers.